Early Thursday morning, while most of us were asleep, Australia's elite special forces swooped on the centre of Sydney with rifles drawn, faces covered and gas masks ready. It's all part of the training to keep Australia safe from terrorists. And joining us now is the man who headed security at the Sydney Olympics and the CEO of Intelligent Risks, Neil Fergus. Neil, you would have got a fright if you were coming home late.
Could have been a bit of a shock for someone heading home from the pub.
It's scary looking stuff. How do they do these operations? Does it unfold in real time?
Yeah, they try to keep it as realistic as possible. But, I mean, to get the best lessons out of these NATEXs or National Anti-Terrorism exercises. And there's a lot of planning that goes into it beforehand, months and months and months.
So what kind of, I know you've been involved in writing them before, what kind of scenarios would we be talking about?
They try to avoid having a monodimensional scenario, so there's a number of different elements that should emerge over the course of the exercise. This one clearly has had, well, they need to rehearse in the central business districts too, so that we have a capability of world-class standard, but we also need to have the best operational preparedness, and this enables them to get that factor up to scratch.
And as you were just saying, that it involved the mass transit system, so they were in the railway station there, so you'd imagine that they might have been training for terrorists in unleashing something under the ground.
Absolutely. And the role players that they use are usually drawn from within the capability, either Special Air Services or the Navy clearance divers that are also involved in these exercises.
What kind of things would they learn from as a result of doing these exercises? Or is it just a matter of going out and going through the paces so that you know if the real thing does happen, you've been there
Good
before?
question, Layla. It's absolutely critical that they do this on a recurring basis. We have two TAG forces, tactical assault groups, one in the west, one in the east. The east is our primary domestic counter-terrorism response, TAG Force East. They need to rehearse constantly so that... And there's rotations within special services to other deployments, including offshore, so they need to be absolutely on game for this key domestic counter-terrorism role.
So what might come out of it is that, I don't know, obviously I don't know anything about it, but if somebody came back and said, I was confused between the orders I was getting from here and the messages that I was getting on my encryption, is that's the kind of thing that
massive
they could
debrief
learn
afterwards by all of the different elements, discreetly, separately. So the incident response regiment will have its debrief, the clearance divers will have theirs, etc. One commander will have theirs, Asia will have theirs, but then there is a combined debrief where all the common lessons are shared, and you then put them into effect in the next exercise regime.
So we're ready for anything?
I think we're in really good shape, but it's really important that our special forces continue to do this, and they will. They've been doing it since 1980.
All right, thanks very much.
Pleasure.